Bad news bears, you guys. Not quite sure what the issue was, whether it was this platform, my connection, his camera. Not quite sure, but we couldn't quite make something work where we could have a conversation, unfortunately. But I assured him that we would do all we could to push the launch tomorrow to try to make up for it. But in me trying to root out this curse of the channel, I decided I'm coming back live for these last 30 minutes just to see if it gives me any issue. Because if I can eliminate me as the problem, which I'm never eliminated as the problem, because I literally got a new camera for that. Because my camera was doing the same exact thing. It was the Canon EOS R, it was a DLSR, and recently it would be doing that thing where it's freeze and my audio would drop and it was just too much. I don't know if it's just too much on the system or what. So I'm watching me, even if I'm talking to myself. I'm going to be here live for a few minutes just to see if we can make an issue or make out the issue. But until then, hi, I'll hang out with you guys. Go support barn burners and noblemen, even if you only got to hear the first 10 seconds of what it's about. It actually looks pretty great. You know, we here at the channel are always about new board games and getting our grimy little fingers on them. So I set an alarm for noon Eastern Standard. It's going to go live tomorrow, July 1st, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard. So that's noon Eastern Standard. And then somewhere between for the other time zones. We never have had anybody from Mountain Time. Why is that? Does no one live out there? Did I mention my AC stopped working? It's almost as hot in this house as it is outside. Almost. Except I'm permanently in the shade inside, so it's whatever those small degrees are cooler. Oh! Well, since it's just me... Has anyone played Avowed? I just started playing it last night. I get antsy and start looking for a new game to play before I've even come remotely close to finishing anything I've ever started. And I feel like Avowed is the Baldur's Gate for us poor people that won't update our systems in order to play Baldur's Gate. Because I did play a little bit of Baldur's Gate on a friend's system while I was dog sitting at his house. He set it up on his PC. And so Avowed, especially this beginning, feels a lot like that. And just the way it's set up, it's got like the, instead of the actual D&D stats, it's got like might instead of strength. And does have constitution, dexterity, charisma. It's got many of the same kinds of things, but you can create your character. It's a great time. I was having a great time. I made it through like the first chapter last night. It was a lot of fun. But I don't know if I'm like super late to the party or maybe no one's playing it for reasons and I haven't yet discovered them. But before I started playing that, I probably slept for collective like 15 hours among 2 days. Because as I mentioned, I got back from New York City and it was for work, so I was chaperoning a group of high schoolers to New York. We drove like 11 hours. And so luckily I got to split the time, so I wasn't driving all 11 hours. But I drove like the last 6 or so and then try to sleep the other time when I wasn't driving. You can't sleep on a bus. You know that's not a thing. So I just didn't sleep for like a day. And then I got back and went to sleep for like a day. At least half a day. And then I came home and caught up on some things, got groceries, and downloaded Avowed. After I tried to download... It's like a Honkai Impact, same company, but completely different, set in like a almost modern feudal Japan. It was super cool, but the gameplay looked really cool. I go to like download it, and it doesn't support Xbox 360 or Xbox One. I think I got. That's what I'm working with, people. By the way, this is me working on my banter, streaming to nobody. Can I keep talking? I think I can. I'm not seeing issues though, so that's a plus. I'm watching Twitch and myself, and I'm not getting lags. So that alone is rather encouraging. Hey DSB, I am back solo. We couldn't make it work, even recording off stream. So I came back on to try to see if I could figure out where the issue was, or at least try to isolate it a little stronger, to see if I'm the issue. So far, no. Tell me if that's not true. I'm watching me on Twitch too, so at least we have a viewer, me and you. I'm here and nothing's breaking, so that's a step forward. Thanks. Because you know how much I love my DSLR. Do I sound like a pro yet? I was like a camera snob for the longest time, and T told me get a new webcam, and I was like, no, I think I can make it work. I couldn't. I think it also is a little bit of the limits of this platform. It might just top out at a certain pixel rate, and fancy cameras are it. So I went and got myself a plug-and-play webcam, as close to a DSLR as I could, without spending $1,000. This wasn't even 50 bucks, I think. So I'm pretty happy with this guy. Just plug and play. It's got autofocus. But at first when I plugged it in, I was about to be pissed because it looked like this. I'm like, excuse me? This is so much worse. But then I downloaded the separate extension app or whatever that it told me to download. And then I can play with all these different settings. So that's good. And I found them, I fixed it, and now I'm happy. Ish. But here I was, king of the castle, having the best camera on stream, and then when I downgrade, who's my first guest? Best camera on stream. But it used to work for years. Had no issue. I think Talk Studio did something on the back end, and now we're like cut off. Once again, technology being helpful. I'm gonna get one of them hand crank cameras, honestly. At least it'd be more reliable. How are you, DSB? It's just me and you now, bud. How you been? How's Chicago? I think I haven't been back to Chicago since C2. Is it still in one place? Or one piece? I'm assuming it's still where I left it. You have a pope! I don't know if you're Catholic, but it feels like a Chicagoan. I should just congrats everybody. First American pope. That's kind of cool. Though I just watched Conclave. It's that movie all about like the system when a pope dies, how they go about voting and selecting a new pope. And so now I'm like, oh, Chicago? A Chicago pope? That was rigged. You're here, yeah. Sometimes that's all that we can ask of ourselves. Just wake up, show up. And joy will come later. But other than that, life is still plenty busy. We're in the midst of Little Mermaid at work. And just coming back from New York, got to see all these kinds of great Broadway shows. And so now I'm reinvigorated with like, wow, my scenic painting will never be to that level. I have to work harder. The horse persists, but so do I. Good, don't stop persisting. Don't stop persisting. Hold on to existing. DSB, I'm gonna pick your brain. Because the best news, T is a lot closer to me these days. And that means we can make stupid-ass content. So you tell me, what kind of content you want to see? It's been years since we put like regular content on the channel. And I feel like FGBG is in this constant state of trying to figure out what our thing is. Like, yes, we have the Geek Out Sessions. I think that's our thing. We have an ongoing TTRPG when I edit it. So, not quite consistent. But I would like us to kind of carve out some content that's ours. I like Cantina 13. Like, they found something that works, the song parodies. That helped them grow, and I hope they enjoy it. But my thing is, if we don't enjoy it, I don't want to do it. Because it's not like we are raking in the dough. We don't have sponsorships, and part of me doesn't want us to get to that level, because then this just becomes another job. I want this to be fun. All of it, I need a shorter list. That feels daunting. That's overwhelming. But when I went to C2, this was what people talk about, because this is what we're known for at this point. Like, so many people are like, oh yeah, I saw my friend, or last time we talked, I was gonna guess, sorry that didn't work out. Or I loved your last Geek Out Sesh. And so these aren't gonna go away. This is the only consistent thing about the channel, so I don't want it to go away. Geek Out Sesh is Raw, the TTRPG is a SmackDown. Alright, thanks for putting that in your terms. But I miss skits, to be honest. So does T. I would love us to go back to doing some skits, like OG FGBG, with PK and Moose. T and I did some skits towards, what was it, the end of COVID? He would come to town, we'd shoot some things, and that was just so fun. It's just so dumb. And it's a theater guy, and he's done theater. We should be doing more skits. Plus, that's a little more my bread and butter. Like, I do a lot of videos for work, and so I feel like we could do a good job. I could steal a nice camera. We'll see. But this is working. You know what? Silver lining of the night? New camera. It doesn't fuck up the stream. I think that's a win. Didn't I fire them? Fire who? I can't fire anybody. I don't have authority of that kind. What's your take on war games, DSB? Do you play? Like, I've never played Risk. It's always been that game in the back of, like, friends' closets that no one ever wanted to play. I think now I'd probably enjoy it, but I've never played. Never played Warhammer. I've only ever seen it, I think, at the dawn of its iteration when they were doing, like, demos in toy stores, in gaming stores, like at the mall. And so just all the kids walking by sees this massive, massive playing field with real landscapes and these tiny minis. And of course, what's not to love? The price tag. That's what's not to love. So that's why I never got into it. It's too expensive. But it looks fun. It feels like D&D, because you get to move minis around. But D&D meets chess. But Barn Burners and Noblemen sounds way simpler. For fun, let me do me and you. Let me take you through the Barn Burners Kickstarter, which launches tomorrow. I bet this video can tell you way more than I can by reading it.
The king's bloodline has ended, and the land of Enemir has been thrown into political chaos. As champions rise and factions clash, all eyes turn to the throne of Emberock. The Barnburners and Noblemen are locked in a struggle for power. Start by drafting the champions that you'll use to battle your enemies. Then strategically move them across the lands of Emberrock and use their attacks and front card abilities to battle your opponents. Take advantage of each character's unique special abilities to turn the tides of battle. Make and break alliances to gain advantage over your enemies. Collect coin to buy diplomacy cards that grant powerful abilities to your champions. And don't forget to add the Merchants and Alchemists factions to the battlefield for their distinct playstyle and strategies. Join the fight and take the world of Enemir by force in Barnburners and Noblemen.
Well, I think I could get addicted to that. Honestly, doesn't that look sick? They did a great job with that video. Holy shit. React stream. That's a great idea. I want to do something for them. Like, he took the time. He was so nice. He was just like, hey, I'm chilling. He said he's probably going to pull an all-nighter again tonight. But he took time, and he took it all in stride. What a guy. How much is it going to be to back this? Well, we don't know yet because it's not live. We're going to find out soon. I feel like T would love this kind of game. Because it kind of feels like every time we get together, I don't think he's in the chat anymore. There's a Game of Thrones kind of game that he always makes us play, but it's a good time. And it is very much like alliances, a ton of table talk, using like your character's special abilities, but it doesn't have like the huge game board and the Risk kind of style components. This looks fun until I start losing and put someone through the table. But you know the best part about losing is, in this kind of game, is you can flip the table and there's all those pieces that will go with it. It's not satisfying if there's nothing to flip. Barnburners and Noblemen began over 15 years ago when my brother and I, homeschooled with plenty of time on our hands, built a strategic war game using paper and miniature dominoes. Over the years, especially the last 3, we redefined and expanded the game, investing countless hours and thousands of dollars into custom artwork, playtesting, and manufacturing. Now, Barnburners and Noblemen, based on Barnes & Noble, that's hilarious, is a fully developed tabletop war game complete with original mechanics, deep strategy, and richly built world. We're thrilled to be bringing it to your Kickstarter. Barnburners and Noblemen is a 2 to 4 player tactical war game where players draft a team of legendary warriors from across the world of Enemir, I love that name, and its factions and battle for dominance. Unlike many war games, Barnburners and Noblemen brings the genre of tabletop war games, which are often ultra complex, to the moderate board gamer. Hi, it me. We'll find out tomorrow when the campaign goes live at... Did they give a specific time? Yes. 9 a.m. Pacific Standard. So for you, that'll be 11 o'clock a.m. For me, it's noon. So I set an alarm. Because I'm going to check this out. I'm probably back at. If not for me, for T. And my roommates love Settlers Catan. So they might love this. They're never here. So they won't get to play it. I'm not done sharing this. Get back up here. But look at this board. Like, they really did pay the money for the artwork, and the production quality is sleek. Like, we've had some guests on and some other people that have reached out to us to, like, do a review or play test of their game or whatever. And it probably looks like if I were to try to play, like, do a game, I would make it a simple deck game and just get that printed and sent out. So these guys went above and beyond. This is like Team Drew's basement level. Yeah, I might have to get my hands on this. Draft your team. Select powerful heroes from 4 unique factions. Choose the best synergy for your strategy. Strategy, right. Deploy and position. Move across the board, take control of key locations, and engage in battle. Engage in combat, using dice-based combat and special abilities to defeat enemy characters. Victory through strategy. Adapt to changing battlefield diplomatic conditions and outmaneuver opponents to secure the win by being the last man standing. I could get behind this. Another video. I want to watch it.
Hello everyone. Today I want to answer an
That's
important
him!
question. Who is Barn Burns Nobleman the tabletop game for? See, this isn't your typical party game or easy to learn card game. It's a strategic tabletop war game that's perfect
How do you
for
cheat
players
to win?
who love a decent deep dive into strategy and lore. That being
That
said,
was going to be the real
we
question we're going to ask
specifically
him.
designed Barn Burns Nobleman to bridge a gap. The gap between ultra-complex wargamers and moderate wargamers. If you know anything about war games, you know that they can get very, very deep. And we wanted to
Jedediah
bring that
looks like
genre,
that elf
a
that
genre we love,
saved your
into
life
the more moderate
and will
board
take
game
out an
world.
entire army
We
all by
like to
himself.
say, if you can sit down, learn, and strategize in a game like Catan, although completely different playstyle, Barn Burns Nobleman should be completely doable and extremely fun for you. And the plus side is, there are exponentially more strategies to develop and implement in this game. For example, we currently have a total of 44 character cards across
Holy
all
shit.
factions, with many more to be released in the future
That's a
as
lot.
expansions. Since you play with at least 2 character cards at once, and you will play against at least 1 other player with 2 character cards, there are at minimum 814,506 variations to play.
Shit.
And that's just
That's
with
math.
2 character team. Imagine a fantasy draft using all the characters, or imagine playing with 4 other players. The point is, inside these seemingly infinite playing variations, there are several strategies to implement and master, giving Barn Burners and Noblemen a simple to learn experience while simultaneously an endlessly strategizable playstyle. So if you love games that challenge your mind and reward investment, and you are willing to take a couple of intentional hours to learn and play, this game is for you, and we believe you'll get hooked, just like us. It's perfect for game nights with fellow enthusiasts who crave something deeper, but not too overwhelming. Also, something we haven't really dived too deep into yet on this channel is the extensive lore that we created as simply a bonus to this game. It doesn't affect the mechanics, but it intertwines with the characters' abilities and adds to the overall experience. It allows interested players the ability to dive deep into an intriguing and fantastical world. So I know the game isn't even released yet, and we're coming out with all this information about it, but we really want to start spreading the word now to prepare for the launch this spring. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.
Sick. Yep, I'm setting my alarm. It's already set. Okay, well, I successfully made it through 30 minutes with no lags, no freezing. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for the sub. It's like throwing money on a sinking ship. I'm just kidding. No, I really do appreciate you and everybody that tunes in regularly and just is a pal every time that we should come to the Chicago area. You're always a good time to hang out with. Sorry we didn't catch you at C2E2 this year. There's always next year. Or every time in between. I'm not far from Chicago. Not at all. And I'm there a lot. I said to let you know next time I'm there. But I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Hey, 'cause I got to pee. Did that break it? Break what? The sub? Did it break our stream? Break the bank? Hopefully not. Yeah. I'm at least walking away encouraged that this new webcam doesn't suck and this platform doesn't hate it. So I'm going to take that as a win. I'm sorry we couldn't make it work with Jedediah, but honestly, he probably needed the time back to go focus on the Kickstarter launching tomorrow. So close. But they seem really prepared. I can't wait to see this on gaming shelves everywhere. But DSB, have a great night. You know what they say, cactus makes perfect. I swear, you have like a set of cards that you just pull from and put them together and make phrases. But hey, bud, have a good night. Hopefully see you next week with the schedule. I believe it's next week. I think Freakish Workshop is coming back because he's got a new project he's launching that's going to make foam crafting accessible for all of us. Yes, Freakish. I don't know if you ever tuned in to Freakish. He's an old friend of the channel. T and I tried to make Batman Cowls live on stream. Failed miserably. And so we'll see if he has a little more success with these kits, essentially, that make foam crafting really easy for anybody. Gives you everything you need. So I'm excited. We will see you back then for our first successful stream of the year. Have a good night. As always, I'm Bozer. Until next time, you just keep geeking out. Mwah! Love you. Bye.